And this is really weird. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what I did. There we go. It felt like it was like so far away. Hello, Sassasauras. Alrighty, guys. Feeling good this morning. I've been trying to sit my pillow. I know I'll be looking weird on here sometimes, but I've been trying to put my pillow differently. Hey, DW. Hello. I hope life has been treating you good. I mean, maybe not, right? Okay. So today's title came from, like, I was getting, okay, so I have been thinking lately, like, okay, this is, like, I gotta set aside some time to really take care of some things. Like body wise, like my human body. Okay. And so this morning, like, I've already started doing some of the things that I need to get my health back in order. And so, like, I was doing some of that stuff, and then I go in there to get my coffee just before we come on, right? And so, like, Spirit is showing me all these little glimpses, right, of like different things that I tend to do and that I want to do for my health, for my body, for all kinds of stuff. And then it was like they were showing me like time when I felt really, really good, like the first time I really took care of myself and I listened to my body and I just did things that was good for me, not what all these little programs and beauty people say and everything like that. And I was like at my best and I felt at my best and I felt good in my own skin. And I kept feeling like that was like, because it was like little flashcards going. And I was like, I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like, what are you telling? And I realized, I'm like, okay, so this is the thing we're on. But it felt beyond that. It felt like not just being good in your own skin, but like feeling like you like to look at yourself in the mirror, which can go beyond just the body, right? Like sometimes there's a little bit of like being happy again on the inside. And then it was also like, when you feeling yourself, you're like, oh, that kind of thing, a little bit of that. But also just like overall health, like feeling vibrant and good, like you're healthy. Like I don't know how to explain this. Like I'm trying to think of a really great way, but I always share TMI on here, and like I feel like I don't know why they brought this up, but it was like, and I think this is like not holding on to things, also like and just constantly letting things go, going with the flow, all that kind of stuff. But here we go. We're about to do TMI. If you don't want TMI, I'm gonna leave. Okay. So I've already started that LP, which I had ran out, but I got a different one I got a different magnesium. Because there's different strains, I want to say, that's what I call it. So anyways, it's like, and it's so funny that you bring up magnesium, because it's like, I kept feeling like free in my abdomen, or where my sacral is and my solar plexus is. So it's like, something about those being like freedom of movement and fluidity and feeling really good in that area, which for me, when I'm not, I feel stiff, but I also, here we go, here's the TMI, backed up. Like if I go regularly, I feel everything. Everything is so different. Everything is so, and they brought that up. I was like, okay, because they were really, but I think it was really honing in on, when you hold on to certain things, or you hold back, you hold back in your sacral and you hold back in your solar. So like you shrink back instead of like living like vibrantly and owning your energy and feeling yourself, all that kind of stuff. Like it can cause so much. And we were talking the other day about really, there was a reading, not the last time, the day before maybe, about needing to get someone's like work on their kundalini, and making sure there's no obstructions. And I feel like they're highlighting that. So there is a sense of feeling good in one's skin, feeling yourself, life force energy flowing through you, really heavily dipping into Shakti. and working with Shakti a lot. And so like I am like, okay. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, so, just feeling good again. And they say, yeah, back in order. Because it's like you've been there before and things got they kind of unraveled for you is what I want to say. And so it's like there's this getting things back in order. But it's a little more like getting yourself back in order, if that makes sense. So that's the reason why we have that. Okay. Well, obviously, female hormones can play wreak havoc, and then of course, stress, like what we go through. It's the mind, body, spirit connection, right? And how they are all intertwined, and how a lot of our physiological symptoms are also indicative of what we are going through, either spiritually, emotionally, mentally, within our life, right? And so it's one of those things where it's like the body is a great indicator of what you need to do, as well as what you haven't been doing. And so, yeah, like I feel like there's something about that, and it feels like good energy, just like a pep in your step is what I just heard. Because I was feeling, I wanted to go like this and like a pep in your step. And I'm like, okay, a pep in our step. Alrighty. They've been calling. There's been a couple of times and I felt like it just didn't fit. So we're going to do this. This is the self-healing oracle. And let's just see what they've got to say. On the split, we've got healing and love, and there's 4-4. So, oh, that wanted to come out, but not quite. I'm going to put it back. Oh, that's stuck into my hand. Bitch, it came out again. Love. Okay. We're going to pull 2. I'm going to, what the fuck? Ooh. Like there might be a little bit of story there, but we're gonna make it manageable for the reader. Spirit, we're gonna make it manageable if you don't mind. Thank you, Kelsey. How are you, girlfriend? Hi, Cosmic. I am going to. I think I've been looking at my schedule. Monday next week, I have free time. I have the whole morning open, and I think I might come and do like tarot demystified, like personal readings on that day. Oh, wow. So we have the last 3 readings have been something about a passion and living your truth and doing something that you're really skillful at and amazing at. That's like a part of who you are. So kind of like life purposey, and somehow love coming into the mix. Bitch, wouldn't you know that we have love coming out, which was on the split, and then discover your life purpose. Really? Man, why did I feel like, I guess it was like, I was thinking, oh, today's like a new message. Like we're going somewhere else with this shit. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, well, we need to touch base. I'm like, okay, spirit. Oh, they want me to, okay, that might be another reason they want me to pull that one out. That's a good, all right, where'd you go? Oh, it's not self-healing, it's heal yourself oracle deck. Okay, so let's just real quick, you know that, especially with oracles, I feel like they are heavily infused with the intentions of the creator. Infused. Oh, you are at a point in your life where you need to learn how to truly give and receive love. We had this conversation yesterday. They're picking up where we left off. For fuck's sake, I swear. Okay, so I should turn this from coffee and tarot to conversations with spirit, because I swear to God, that's basically what it is. We get a reading, but there's so much lesson and understanding and delving into and pulling apart and dissecting shit in every reading to really help you discover yourself, your path, what you've been going through, all kinds of shit, that it's like, I mean, I guess kind of that's what coffee and tarot is. You sit and you like go there with people when you go to coffee and stuff like that. But man, literally just said this yesterday, that it's not so much that you don't know how to give, because you have experienced love and have held pure, true, sincere love within yourself, and you've given it to others. You just don't know how to receive that. You don't know how to allow yourself to receive that. Now that sounds frou-frou, but if you've been watching, if you're just joining and you're like, oh, that sounds like all kinds of the frou-frou, I don't like frou-frou readings either. So go back and watch the last 5 readings. It'll make fucking sense. You're like, oh shit. Because spirit be calling some motherfuckers out. That's what they're doing. On a positive, you'll be glad to know that the first thing that I put in my body was not coffee this morning. That's why I have coffee right now. And I'm going to start doing this. It was my green juice. Started the day with my green juice. Like, that's why you see, because I did it right. FYI, anybody who wants to buy me a juicer, because I have to do it the old-fashioned way, where like I blend everything and then I have to squeeze the juice, and it takes forever. I'm not opposed to people showering me with love. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. All right. Fully opening your heart will awaken your vulnerability. Woo! Which is why you ain't doing it. Sensitivity and fear. In particular, your fear of rejection and intimacy with another person. Be willing to connect to others at this time. And we even talked about like actually allowing, this isn't just romantic love. This is connections with people and allowing them to do things for you and to be there for you and to support you, because it's actually coming from a place of love. Like, let people help. They love you. These people that are coming in, you're going to be attracting this. And you're always like, no. You don't want to impose. You don't want to be an imposition or anything else like that. And it's like, that's okay. Because when you start shutting this off to allow something to come in, you're shutting it off, period. That's the lesson here. There's one valve right here. You start to close that down for any reason. Any reason. Well, I just don't want, I'm cautious about this, but I'm willing to give it. Then you're not giving it very well. I can promise you. It's sitting within you. All the love you have to give is sitting within you and being stagnant. And that causes rancid energy. Rancid. You know, when you go to the creek and like there's there's water that's been standing still for so long, and the amount of mosquitoes and all kinds of shit growing in it, and it stinks, and it's like, oh, like you need that flowing. It's one valve, y'all. One valve. And as a reminder, this is where we experience this human existence. This is where we experience that which we understand and comes through us from the etheric, right? It's also where we experience things from this human existence. You are more base, primal, carnal energies. It's like, this is where if we shut it off, then we're not experiencing life. We're going through the motions. Okay? Give yourself permission to let people in. You need to focus on feeling good. That's what they were talking about. You know what? I think it's going to start a little, they're like, you know what? Let's do baby steps. Let's do a little self-love. It's about feeling good in your own skin. It's about feeling good. And amazingly, when you start to really, just create that connection again with yourself, right? Then you start to do that with others. Like, there's showing yourself love through the shadow work that you've done, through the healing process. And then there is showing love to the self through experience and nurturing and luxury. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, now's the time to go, like allow yourself to feel good. As with any healing journey, if your body gets hurt, let's say you had to have surgery, right? There's a period of time where there's no movement. And there's a period of time where there's very minimal movement, right? Because you got to actually let the wound heal. But then, once the wound has gotten to a certain level of healing, comes a rehabilitation of everything else that was impacted by just the healing process. Like it isn't just the actual wound itself. Like when a person is forced to be bedbound for a period of time, they lose elasticity or flexibility, we'll say, within their tendons, and their tendons start to get really stiff. They lose muscle mass. They lose a stamina. It's like their heart hasn't had as much in the way of needing to pump as much oxygen through the body because of what has been occurring. And so if you know anybody who's ever had that, where they put on bed rest or where they were put on any form of limitations for the sake of healing, it's like then you think just because something gets a certain point, like I can bounce right the fuck back, and it's like, no, the fuck you can't. Now you need to rehabilitate, okay? And that's what this is. And it doesn't have to be an exponential amount of time. I've seen people who've been on bed rest for 4 weeks because of whatever, and they take the next 2 weeks to really, it's like, it's fast because you feel like you're doing shit all of a sudden after not having done something for so long. So it feels like it's going fast, but it's also paced. That's another message we had two readings ago, where it's like, it's going to be so fast, but they're going to create a dynamic so that you are forced to pace yourself. Okay. And it doesn't mean that you're slowing down. It's like they're not letting you burn yourself out. Okay. And so it's like, look for something beautiful in every encounter. Focus on feeling good. Hiccups. Sorry, I'll get rid of them. Focus on feeling good whenever you see people loving each other, and know this is coming for you in a form of love of a lifetime or an incredible friendship. Like, they're showing me being jovial and interactive in even some of the simplistic, minimal ways. It's like loving yourself is preparing you to be able to, and reconnecting with every fiber of you is preparing you to reconnect with other people, to create those connections with others. And so this is your rehab period, guys. Okay. 29. This is a good, these are back to back bitches. I swear to God. What did I tell y'all? What? It was two messages ago. No, three. I think it was Saturday when we came on, and I told you all. I said I've been seeing, and even LP has been seeing it out, and it's like staircase numbers, like 21, 22, 24, 25, like on receipts, on my odometer, on the clock. I'm like, what? Like 11, 12, or like it'll be like 9, 10. It's like, the numbers that come right after, almost like sequential steps. Like, and we've talked about this because they keep showing us the Two of Pentacles. They're showing us saying, it's not about choosing between one thing or the other. It's choosing to move on from the Ace of Pentacles to step onto the Two of Pentacles, because it's like a path. It's like you have to, like each step appears. And so the Two of Pentacles is choosing to take that next step, not choosing between two things. And so this is the next step, guys. Okay. But I just realized 29, because I was going to read it. Discover your life purpose. This is flowing fabulously. Can I just say that? I love hitting the ground running when it comes to messages. So. What I would say, Kelsey, here recently, and I'm just going to be honest with you. You have to believe it's going to happen and quit worrying about it so much. It's almost as if, because I'm going to be honest with you, there's a couple of y'all, every time you get onto a reading, the only thing you talk about is the negative and the petrified and the needing to be rescued and the like when I tell you, I've had a few moments over the last couple months where I'm facing something. I'm like, because a lot has happened. My car quit working. Y'all know that, like, a lot of shit just, I'm like, oh, great. And so it's like, when your car doesn't work, you're also not working. At least not all the jobs you have. And you're like, or at least I didn't. I'm like, okay. And then you don't have a car. Then you don't have means of making money. And so like it gets to a point where you're like, oh, can I pay for this? And it can get down to the wire. I can't tell you how many people I've encountered, and it's really annoying. And sometimes it's about being like surrendering to and getting okay with this little piece. So when Spirit says that you'll be covered, you're going to be good, they're not saying you're going to be in luxury or you're going to even be over your head. And they're not telling you that you're not going to be able to get something ahead of time so you don't have to panic. It's your job to have the faith and to believe and to be taking the steps that you need to take, right? Because if I literally thought, guys, I get paid in like a week. Rent's due on Saturday. And I was like, damn, if rent was just due 3 days later, I'd have the money. Like, it's like I have the money, but it's not here right now. And so I was sitting going, oh my God. And I have a dick for a property manager. Like when I tell you, they have it set up here where shit's like, they have the lease set up so it's easy to kick somebody out. I'm just gonna tell you. So it's funny because I was like, I sat last night and talked with Bast. Like she's one of the many, like, but she's the one that came through last night. So and just had a conversation about this. I haven't panicked once. That was a normal thing for me. I'm like, I literally have 3 days. I don't know how I'm going to pay rent. I woke up this morning and I'm like, I'm going to budget. I'm going to see how much more I need, see where I can get it from, all that kind of stuff, right? And I'm thinking about, okay, and I start looking at my lease, like how many days can I be late on it? And I've never been late. I've come down to the wire where I thought, fuck, I'm going to be late on rent. I won't have it. And at the very last minute, it comes through. I woke up this morning and something that wasn't due until next week came through today. Now, my preference would be for Spirit to never put me in a position where I have to be panicked as fuck. I got responsibilities. I have kids, all that kind of stuff. And Spirit's like, isn't it your responsibility that's your responsibility. Like, you should just trust us when we tell you and you tell us you're confident that we're going to help you and we're going to make sure you at least have basic needs met. It's your responsibility, not ours, to not fucking panic. Touche, motherfucker. Okay. And I have had to work at that. And there's times where I'm like, I have to accept help from places I fucking don't want to. But Spirit's like, I told you, you'd be fine. Quit throwing a fit. Okay. Alrighty. So let's take a bit of a more, like what you speak incessantly on is the energy that is surrounding you. And that is it's not going to happen. I'm not telling you not to be realistic. I'm not telling you to go, I'm not telling you not to be fucking proactive. I'm the first to tell you, Spirit would never ask you to forgo wisdom. Like, just because Spirit's saying, Spirit, by all means, is not expecting us to sit on our ass and wait for something to be handed to us. So that's not what I'm saying right now. But I think that people really need to take a look at the energy they allow, like, because that energy, when it starts surrounding you, also will blind you to the opportunities to get out of that situation. And I think that's the biggest piece. It creates this fog around you. So I'm just going to encourage people because I have seen several in my tribe and I've been there but they are incessant. I don't care what it could be, something so not related to their situation, and they say something about it. Or they give us a play by play of every, and it's like, okay, now other people can support you. And this isn't towards Kelsey. There's a lot of people that are doing this right now. But at some point, it's not our job to do the heavy lifting of you having faith. And it comes across as, I need you to tell me everything's going to be okay because I lack, And again, I'm usually the first friend to show the fuck up. Like, I promise you, I'm the first person people call because I'm consistent like that. But I am also the same friend that's going to go, okay, now, how many times is, like, what is this, trip number 7? There's a thing called that I studied when I was in social work, when I was doing my master's degree. And in fact, I did what I guess what you would call a thesis on it, because you have to do something like that for your master's in social work. And you have to do a presentation on it. It's called positive inquiry. And positive inquiry is looking at the things that, instead of looking at all the things that haven't worked, it's looking at what has worked and building upon it. Because the answers are usually in what has worked. And so a lot of companies, businesses, things like that, they will focus on looking at, okay, so they're like problem focused because their meetings surround, okay, we got to solve this problem. And it's like, why? We have all these things that are working right. Why don't we focus on that and expand on that? And the problems tend to resolve themselves. More is accomplished and morale is higher when you are your questions that you're asking aren't how like spirit, how am I gonna positive look it up, guys. Look up positive inquiry and read up on that because there's a lot to learn there. And I am by all means I am not an idiot. I've been there. I've told you all, I talk to you all the time about what I go through, in where I'm like, nobody's fucking perfect. But if I see a pattern that is incessant, where no matter, even if you have a roof over your head, it is characterized and like trauma, it's like this whirlwind vortex of trauma, victimhood, and woe is me. We need to address that. Because I promise you, it's a part of the problem. I promise you. And I am not the one that's like, if you just think positive, it'll have bullshit, fucking bullshit. Sometimes life fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. And some of the shit we gotta go through is bullshit. Okay? It is. And it's okay to be angry about it. But you're gonna find yourself in freeze mode. That's the problem. Fight, flight, or freeze, or some people call it fawn, like the deer in headlights. It's like, and you don't do anything. And that, we have to get out of that, because when it's time for you to act, when it's time for you to be able to make a decision, when you have to have a clear head, you won't have it. So just breathe. All right, discover your life purpose. As a soul who is having a physical experience, you are here to grow and learn. You are being asked to immerse yourself in this life by expanding, stretching, and understanding your reasons for being here. Nothing is impossible for a soul who is following her or his destiny. Follow your hunches. You're being given important guidance, which can show up via like a strong feeling to travel somewhere, to speak to someone, attend a seminar, which we've talked about this, really needing to follow the primal instinct and not necessarily anything else, like not hesitating because your ego is going to try to have that last cry and talk you out of something. No matter how far-fetched your inner guidance is, you need to listen right now. I feel like doing that is a part of loving yourself. You have not honored the self because you really haven't allowed yourself to follow through with that. 6-6 up top. And because of that, not doing that and not following that, you're forsaking a part of yourself. And that is shaming either that aspect, it is turning your back on it, it is lacking, it's not, it's just not honoring, it's not respecting the self by turning your back on an aspect, by ignoring it. Your soul, oh, I like this. Your soul's purpose includes a combination of experiences that your mind doesn't understand. Just fucking said that. Your ego is like, no, but that your soul needs to process. Give yourself permission to focus on what really makes your heart sing, heart awakening, and put your intensity of emotion into attracting what you desire. All right. So we're picking up from yesterday, okay, guys? This is I'm not sure where I put this book at. This is the Fallen Angels Oracle. Of course, you know I don't like using that terminology because angels aren't fallen; they're assigned. If they give up their wings, it's for a purpose, a greater purpose, and they never really lose out on those wings. They can always get them back. So I'm gonna trigger some motherfuckers when they hear that. Okay. I don't know where this thing is. I lied. Ignore me. For being heart-centered and focused on opening this chakra is of utmost importance right now. It is a massive yeah. So just from the get-go, we have Baleth, which is down here. It says upheaval. And then love. Misfortune. And success. Let's get a little bit. Again, if you don't like people reading from books, I'm not your person. Because when there's certain oracle decks, this one's a new one though. That's why I'm a little, I want to make sure. Like I'm already getting energy off this shit. I already got a thingy, but I'm just gonna go over it so that you can trust what I'm saying. Okay. So a revolution threatens, but with courage and wisdom, you can emerge triumphant. Upheaval, which is really just. It's the feeling. It's what your ego feels like. It's what your human aspect is saying. It feels like such a massive transformation that it's like, and I feel like, I'm just going to be honest with you. What's closed you off in your life has been a lot of upheaval. That's why your heart has been closed. That's why you've had to detach. The disruption that this angel brings is not necessarily a bad thing. But it does require strength. You may even make great gains and gather new allies from this upheaval. This is like tower energy. It disrupts the locked down piece that you know what I'm saying? Beware of getting too carried away by success. Modesty will ensure that the new order lasts. This is the whirlwind that we were talking about. The upheaval, the change. It's like, it's a little scary because it's new. It's walking into the dark, right? And then we have the misfortune next to success. It's almost as if this upheaval, I'm not even going to read it. This upheaval takes you from this feeling or sense or appearance of misfortune in your life to utter success. So it's a matter of being strong, following your heart, doing what you love, having faith, and riding the waves, riding the storm as it happens, okay? So let's get a little information on that. I'm gonna put this down here. I need more. I need like ones that like stack up like this because I've got so many cards. All right, so we're using Sacred Tarot. Secret Tarot. Used to be called the Revolutionary Tarot. But they changed it to Secret Tarot. We have the Nine of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. All three of these. Woo, baby. So the center of these, the overall energy is the Ten of Wands. You know, all the work that you could have done, anything that you could have done by yourself has been done. And getting to the end of this has felt very overwhelming and burdening. And it's time to put all of that down, right? It's time to put everything down and allow help to come in. Doing it on your own is the end of that, okay? And on each side of that, this whole scenario is allowing others, making those connections, creating those connections, whether it's in love or in your soul tribe, your friendship, like rebuilding. Like this is the exit of the hermit mode, guys. I know a lot of you all have very minimal, if any, people that you probably have the exact same thing day in and day out. I got to be honest with you. You either that or you only associate with people where you have like a shallow connection so that you don't really ever get close to anybody. Like nobody, you're not close to anybody. Nobody really knows you deeply. Nobody really knows you. You're not going to let them in. Like you've intentionally kept yourself from having any kind of soul level friendships, period. So when you go MIA or in hermit mode or you disappear and you just want to be an introvert for an entire month, it wouldn't matter. Nobody would miss you. Or this is somebody who literally has had nobody really, and you're just kind of like, you're just going through life and you probably spend a lot of time alone. And that can become addicting. Because on one hand, we have the devil, which is, it's like better the devil you know than the devil you don't, right? And it's like being beholden to a pattern or an illusion that somehow by being alone, you at least, one, your peace cannot be disrupted, which if anything over the last year, I feel like you should know damn good and well that you can disrupt your own motherfucking peace. Can't nobody hurt you like you can hurt you. And that stagnant waters will go rancid, and and you'll end up disrupting your own motherfucking peace because of it, just to get the waters moving again. And you'll probably do it in a negative way. So you can stay beholden to the illusion that you've got to keep doing it alone, or you're better off alone, or like that peace will continue to prevail by doing it alone. And nobody's saying you got to have 100 friends. Nobody's saying you got to have a big entourage. But life is like you keep like you're not experiencing it to the fullest in utter isolation. And here's the thing: you don't have to step out of character. If you're a natural introvert, that's fine. Nobody like this has nothing to do with that. You're like, oh, I like staying at home. I'm an introvert. Or I like it. Even introverts have a connection with the external world. This is all about heart-centeredness and this area being open to receive and to give. You can be an introvert and still do that. Okay. But this is like the 10 of Wands is asking you, this is like the energies that are flanking are, you have a choice between this staying with an old pattern and an old illusion, or opening things up and allowing things to evolve and finally reaching that pinnacle. And because the world opens you up to the vastness of, I mean, it's a whole new world. Like, let's just, like a whole new world. It's like, I don't know. It's, sorry. By doing this, it brings about a whole new world, all types of different experiences, brings you into a new phase, different opportunities. It allows you to start over. You go from the world back to the full. It's like taking that leap. So you have that choice. You have that decision to make. And they're highlighting that. And I want to say the devil is the fear of going after, following your heart and doing what you feel is your life's purpose. What you don't see is, okay, let me get a little bit more. Okay, this is the way that I'm going to read it. Give me just a second. What first came out is the Moon and the Eight of Wands. It is speed, but it's also communication. And that's what I had to clarify. I was like, because I was going to go with speed, but you don't see this, how quickly this is going to evolve. And they're like, I could feel the energy of something more. I'm like, is there communication? Is that what that is? And so that's why I clarified. That's why I pulled the cards and I'm like, what is this? Yes, it's communication. I have 3 cards right here. We're going to talk about it. Okay. This is going to give us a little bit of information on it. Flanking those 3 cards are these 2. The Page of Swords, a message, a messenger, communication, something coming in, right? With the 9 of Pentacles, like a message of financial freedom, a message of independence. We've talked about this a million times. Something coming in, something being relayed, something being communicated to you that's on offer that has everything to do with the 9 of Pentacles. Okay, so tell us a little bit more about this. So we don't really see it coming in. The Moon isn't so much you may have intuitively known this. Of course, we've been watching readings about this. And I will try to whittle it down so we know this is for you or not. But I can only give you what Spirit's giving me, right? So the 8 of Wands is I got a fast message coming in. Okay. One that you're not anticipating, you don't see. And then we have the Seven of Swords to talk about what this is. Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords, Tower. So obviously we've been saying the Tower is here, right? We've been talking about it. There's a revolution. It's going to feel like an upheaval in life, but not a bad one. It's just one that requires you to kind of like hold on to the reins and go for the ride, if that makes sense. It's you standing firm and one, obviously you have to be able to bend with things as it happens, right? It's not going to be a straight linear line. So it's going to be like, you know, this wishy-washy feeling like you just have to go bend with the wind like a tree does, okay? Stay firmly within yourself like roots, but like bend with the wind. And I don't know why that one's coming up. So the Ace of Swords is a new path, okay? It cuts away everything that there was, and it sets the tone, right, for the path. It clears your path. They gave me a word that's thrown me off. So this upheaval is a completely new path. It's almost like where you didn't see one, you see one now, right? So imagine going down a path, walking down a trail, and it's like riddled with bushes and all kinds of shit, and you have to have your sword, and you're like, right? You got to create your own path. It's going to be cleared for you. You may not be so keen. Okay. You may be, okay, I get it. All right. So I'm like, the Seven of Swords, it feels a little bit more like a weariness of something. Like I'm a little, I'm not so sure about this message. And I think it's because like leery, that's it, not weary, leery of what's coming in. Like, I don't know if I can trust this, right? Because Seven of Swords could be about deception. It's also about strategy, just gonna be honest with you, right? So it may be something where you're like, is this even real, or is this even legit? Is this a safe like, what is this? And so I'm like, I had to clarify. Fool. Yeah, of course. So it's probably from a source that you're not familiar with, right? And the Fool is always like, he's willing to go out, like, again, the Fool, he sometimes can act foolish, right? Like, because he just goes out and does something. I feel though that this is like, you're not quite certain. You're not so sure about the message. If I were to read this in order, we got a message coming in that you're not so sure of, but it clears out a path, and it presents a whole new path to you, Ace of Swords. But it creates that type of a path to go down. It would create a bit of upheaval in your life. Upheaval as in it's a revolution. It's going to change shit. It's going to be day and night, right? And it's going to lead to financial success, financial independence, freedom, all right? And the reason you're a bit leery is because it's coming from an unknown source. I think that's where the moon, oh, I get it. It's not just that you're not even seeing this message. It's coming from an unknown source. I kept saying it. Thank you, Sarah, for clarifying. And so it's not, you're like, I don't know if this is real or not. Like, is this a joke? I don't know why I said that. I wasn't intending to say that, but that just kind of came out. All right. Is this a joke? Like, maybe this could be like you get a message from something from a person that says, I'm with so-and-so. And you're like, there's no way that this company, this person, this whatever is reaching out to me. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Where you're like, is this even real? Just like, you know how like we get onto some of those websites where we search for jobs, and then the job is like a scam. And so we're kind of like, that sounds too good to be true. Oh, it sounds too good to be true. Does it? Let's see. What time is it? We got 10? We still got time. We'll watch it. Yeah. Page of Pentacles. It's like the offer's too good to be true. Page of Pentacles is like a brand new start, a brand new financial start. It's an offer. It's something on offer for whoever this is. You may have some kind of conflict about this. We got the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. Funny thing is, I feel like the Five of Pentacles and the Five of Swords would be an energy of you being like not knowing how to address something or how to approach something or what to do. Like Five of Pentacles is like I don't have any options before me. I don't even know what to do. And then also Five of Pentacles is in not being in a great financial situation. Like it is feeling like you're like everybody else is able to manage and you can't somehow, right? Five of Pentacles feels like other people are doing well and you're not. It's like, why can't I somehow, how can I be in the group of people that are doing okay at least? You know what I'm saying? And then we've got the Five of Swords where it's like there's just this mental confusion and conflict about this. Like, what do I fucking do? Like, how do I, you know what I mean? How do I get out of the Five of Pentacles? Like a confusion. And it's literally like they're saying whatever's coming in or whatever is on offer or whatever is presented, the Page of Pentacles. Because the page brings something in. It's like it is a messenger of something. It is also it's like an opportunity is what I want to say, because we got the Page of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. That's a message of financial opportunity, a new material path. And they're just saying, again, we've got the Star, which is being led. The Star card for me is while it can be healing, because you follow your own truth and that helps to heal you. It is following the North Star. Like it is your compass. It is being led by spirit. It's like divinely guided to something. It requires strength. But also what I am seeing here, if we read it the other way, is there's been a lot of healing that has had to occur regarding this, right? Star card with these two, it took a lot of healing and strength to get to survive or get through this. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. Tell me about the Page of Pentacles. And why are you mentioning, why is it? I feel like this is, it's, okay. The Star card is here because they're like, these are the three things, these things that you have been dealing with, the strength, the Five of Swords, and the Five of Pentacles. Okay? It's been a lot. It's taken a lot of strength to endure that. Okay? Right? And it requires a lot of strength to own your uniqueness. This life purpose, your great, like yesterday's song, your greatest, what you're best at can hurt the most. It's like it's taken a lot to own that shit, to stick with it, and to be devoted to it, and to love it, right? Okay? And so by doing so, though, you've healed a lot, and it's almost as if when faith can be a burden, okay? When faith can be a burden, Spirit's like, this offer is your guidance out of something. It's like being divinely guided. Like you've asked for an out, What is the... All right, I don't... Okay. This motherfucker, I swear to God. Okay, two things. We got the Emperor with the Four of Swords. Four of Swords keeps coming out. I feel like this will give you a break from the pressures, whatever it is. But they also, I was like, why the Four of Swords with the Emperor? And they said that they pointed something out. Four Swords, and the Emperor is number 4. 4. 44. Has a lot to do with this. Your number is 4, like for whatever reason. And then okay, we've been having a lot of people show up here recently. These are not you, because I keep trying to read it that way, and it's like these are people. But I almost want to say, I feel like I feel like these are the Emperor. So we have the King of Wands showing up again. This motherfucker knows what they want to invest in. They have a plan. They have a desire. They have the focus of a fucking hawk, right? Like they are lasered in. And they have follow through. They also have the resources, the King of Pentacles. It's really what lends them to being the Emperor. So I feel like they are the leader of something, or they are in charge of something, or they have a level of status that allows them the freedom to do the shit they want, right? Because if you're the King of Pentacles, of course you can be the King of Wands. I can go after whatever the fuck I want because I got the resources, the tools, and the network in order to fucking do it. Like I can do it. I can do whatever I want. And there's this, and I feel like there is a sense like they're saying, because 3 of Cups is also about social networks, connecting with others. Like, I feel like there's a connection needing to be made with this Emperor. And now I'm like, who the fuck is this Emperor? And what is this Page of Pentacles? I feel a real camaraderie, friendly, joyful type of energy exchanged. This is the kind of person that doesn't necessarily expect something back. They do it for the joy of it because they love to connect with new people. They love to connect with new individuals. But I don't know if that tells us anything about the Page of Pentacles. I'm still stuck on the 4 of Swords. Give me a second, guys. Three of, I got it. Okay, 3 of Swords. So what they have to offer is going to pull you out of the 4 of Swords. You've been in a reprieve, on a pause. Whatever they've got pulls you out into this. Like okay, we had that yesterday. A little bit. I feel like they got their own agenda right now. I have a question and you keep pulling cards before I ever get it out. This Page of Pentacles is your ships coming in. You know all the work you've put out and you're like, is it ever going to be reciprocated? Is anybody ever going to acknowledge what I've done? Like, this is like, you know, you have a passion, Ace of Wands. You start taking directed action towards it. You choose a path, a way to go after this. Two of Wands, and then you wait, right? Like when you do a business and you do all the groundwork, and then you have a grand opening, and then it's waiting to see how it's going to do, right? You don't know how it's going to do, and you wait to kind of get the feedback from the universe. Is what I did enough? Is this going to get me there? And so you're waiting for your ships to come in from the actions that you've taken, right? Because I have right here the Three of Wands. And then it's like, this Page of Pentacles is the first evidence, is what they're telling me. The first evidence that your ships are coming in, that it's whatever you've done is being well received, that the actions you took are going to pay off. Because the Seven of Pentacles is all about that. Take a look at this. The seed has just sprouted. You've waited, and it finally broke ground. So this Page of Pentacles is the first indicator that this shit's popping off on the things that you've been working at. You've been working, this Magician is that you've been like, your manifestation was more than just willing it and speaking it and playing, like you actually took some visible, like there was work done towards this, even if nobody else saw it. Okay. But they're bringing me back to the fact that in this Magician card, this is Mercury. He's the messenger of the gods, right? It's really honing in on some type of a message. Hold on. I know that the King of Wands did. LP probably fell asleep. Troy, we need to get together. Like, you don't understand. I could live outside. I have a nature kink. Like, I am like, there's something about it. Just, I can't stand winter. Don't hold back from this cup. We've got the Four of Pentacles, which can be about, kind of like that, like not wanting to rock the boat. Whatever this is going to rock the fucking boat. It's going to rock the boat. Okay. But you're okay. You're not going to get knocked off the fucking boat. You might get a little nauseous. You might have to like stand in a doorway and hold yourself, and that kind of thing. But it's going to be a whirlwind. All right. Ace of Cups. Do not deny this cup. Do not reject this cup. I want something else. I want some fucking information on this Pentacles, this Page of Pentacles. Just a little bit more. Just give me a little bit more. What time is it? It's 11:13. Okay. Because this Page of Pentacles has everything to fucking do with discover your life purpose. I just saw. I went too quickly to like that, but on the break I saw the whip and the house card, and they're like, quit being a homebody, quit being isolated. That's really what it was. Maybe that's the tower that's coming down in this reading, is you're no longer going to be able to isolate yourself. Because, like in Lenormand, the tower is all about isolation and stuff like that, and being solitary, being removed from everybody else. So I'm just saying, discover your purpose. I'm just saying, somebody is recognizing something in you. The star card is all about recognition. Following your heart. It's like finally somebody sees in you what you feel like you've always had to give to the world. Like I feel like I want to say this is your break. This is your break. There's the bitch. I swear to God, I fucking told you. I fucking told you. The tower in this deck is the isolation, the being alone. So if you've been tirelessly going after something and nobody has recognized your worth, you feel like, like when you open the business and like 2 customers come in 3 months and you're like nobody knows you exist, nobody knows you're there. And maybe this Page of Pentacles highlights you, brings recognition to you. Somebody sees your worth here. Okay. Speak on this a little bit. Speak on this right here. This came out together. So, and he's obviously in that card. So this emperor, this leader of some sort, this person with the position of prominence or something to that effect, right? The person that has the capacity to do this for you, job offer, whatever else it is. It's like there's something very, very familiar and at home about them. These came out together. And that's really what this is, right? Because we always talk about like the North Star leads you home, right? Where you belong, your niche. This emperor is not. This emperor it's like people are being led out of isolation. I feel like you're not. Something about this emperor is either they've never come across you before, like somebody's been hidden. And so they're finding you like a hidden gem, like how did I even come across you? There's an obstacle that they're coming, like they're overcoming. I wonder how they come across you, because it's like bridging a gap. Something's being bridged. This person is finally finding you after you being like if somebody's stuck up in a tower, you wouldn't know they're there, right? It reminds me of Rapunzel, you know what I'm saying? Like, so like, or like Sleeping Beauty, who's up in the, like having to find this person who's been hidden, who's been isolated. It's like being hidden in plain sight. You've been there this entire time, and the people that are gravitating towards you are like, oh my God, like you've been here this whole time, kind of thing. Wasn't that a fucking reading? Oh, one of those, like, it was you all along. But they kind of knew you. Like, this feels like somebody who's been hidden, or emerging. Someone who's not had the attention, who's been present the entire time, but not had the connections. You've been, because we have a male home, and so like somehow these two, like, and think of this not necessarily just in love. Like in this deck, the main male, main female are supposed to be like a match. It's like two people that are meant to come together. And it's like this energy of following something home. Like y'all are meant to be pulled together. This is almost like contracty type of energy, like soul contract type of stuff, like destiny. Like this person's meant to cross your path. Because when I clarified the house, like what does this exactly mean? There's been an obstacle or a distance between the two of you. And I think it has everything to do with either somebody being in a hermit mode, both people being in hermit, or like both being isolated from one another, like just not on each other's radar. You've not been on this person's radar, or even though you've been there all along. Like say this is an investor and they come across you and they're like, oh my fucking God, are you serious? So whatever kept you all apart, you're being brought together. Okay? Okay, and one more about this. Okay, I got about 10 minutes. Okay, hold on. So they're clarifying it is somebody new. Because to clarify the stork card, which is like could be brand new beginnings, or it's like bridging the distance, like somebody from a distance, right? Because the stork card can be about like new beginnings with children, or so that's why it represents a new beginning. But it's also like the bird of flight, like it goes long distances, so it has that like bridging the gap or going somewhere. And then we have the music book being opened up. It's almost like something unknown being revealed. Some obstacle kept the two of you from crossing paths, but that is being changed. This individual that has the Page of Pentacles, because they finally have either come across you or something prevented them from seeing you, and so and now you're getting recognition. Like as if something's guiding one across. So it could be somebody at a distance, and that's been the obstacle, or it could be just that because there can be like temporal, like energetic distance, like just like never being aware, crossing paths, that kind of thing. 7-7. And the weird, like, it could be a sense that maybe in this one, and I feel like this might be the case, where because they're giving me, I'm just gonna say it, they're giving me the fox as being sneaky and cunning, like really, he can go under the fucking radar intentionally. And it's like whoever's in this position has been under the radar intentionally, that they have been witnessing and watching you in your either isolation or you doing it on your own so far, right? Because there's recognition, like a watching, a seeing, a discovery. And maybe they have, and you're not aware that they're coming towards you. Because then we have, in each of these instances, see this house, like the masculine or the emperor or the person that has this resource is looking in the direction of the female, but the female is looking in the opposite direction of the masculine. So it's almost as if, even in this card, he's looking towards that direction. So it's as if they're aware of you and you are not aware of them. You have no clue it's coming. And this could even be for a job. Let's make it not so fairy tale. Like, this could be like a job where like a person has had your resume on their desk and they're like, there's been an obstacle or reason they could, and they're like, I've had my eye on this person for quite some time. And so there was some kind of obstacle in the way where they couldn't approach. And because I'm also seeing right here, I want you to take a look at this. I can take a look at this. In this one, you see him? He's looking that direction. He's been aware, but he's kept himself hidden, or he's being smart or cunning about something. And then she's looking the opposite direction. Someone doesn't know about the other person, but the other person knows about the other person. But I feel like I want to use the word of discovery, like someone's discovered something. That's probably someone that's been there this entire fucking time. They finally like, ooh, kind of situation. They're recognizing your worth. But again, we've got new. So, I mean, this wouldn't be somebody in your awareness. I don't think this is somebody you're thinking is coming back from the past. It's not that. I got my eye on you. What song is that? Someone's got their eye on you in one capacity or the other. And it has everything to do with the Page of Pentacles and discovering your purpose. And yes, somebody, just remember, full card. Somebody new. What is? You've just not been aware of how much you're on somebody's radar. It's like, because this type of recognition is like the type of recognition that elevates you, right? Like someone sees you in a high status. Like they're looking at you fondly, not in a creepy way. So the first one that came out was the whip. I feel like the whip is like self-sabotage, and you've been doing things that keep you from having success and enjoyment in your life, from feeling love about your life. Like whatever you've been doing, holding on to this solitary energy has been sabotaging you. Okay, we get it. I want to know about this. Life purpose, Page of Pentacles. Okay, so the shit that comes through sometimes. Look, it's mostly green. It's pretty bland. There's these gorgeous ripe strawberries. And they were like, that's in season soon. April to May is when strawberries are in season. That's when they ripen. So they're starting to bloom now. They're starting to grow at this point, but the strawberries form and get ripe in May. There must be a timing there. Something about that timing. The fact that they brought the strawberries up and when. Okay. Page of Pentacles, discovering your purpose. Okay, hold on. I'm still midst asking my question, and it's like I'm taking the reins back, Spirit. Okay, taking the reins back. Okay. All right, so this is all about, this Page of Pentacles is a new path. It's different than what you've been doing in order to be able to take care of yourself right now. It's different than the things you've had to be doing in order to be able to survive right now. A lot of people are not doing what they want to do in today's financial environment, because you do what you got to fucking do, right? Or this is like the idea of like having not enjoyed what you've been doing. It's not really your calling. And it's like a new path opening up, a different path than this one opening up. And to clarify it, we've got the distant horizons. So this is like your wish fulfillment. This is your dream vision of what you'd like to be doing, right? So this path, this Page of Pentacles, is your path to get out of the bullshit and go towards what it is that you want. So what is on offer is going to be, I keep saying the bridge. So it is, okay, period, point blank. It is the bridge that gets you there. It is going to bring you great fortune, period, fucking point blank. What is on offer? Official person can be the emperor themselves, who is bringing in the Page of Pentacles, right? The official person is also like, it is so. They make things happen. That's emperor energy again, but it's still like, it also can be like that exclamation point. Like, this shit that's on offer is fire. Like, it's going to give you a lot of, it's going to put you in the positive. Like, you're no longer going to be in the red in any scenario, energy, time, money, that kind of stuff. So it literally, that's what's on offer. The Page of Pentacles is this, period, fucking point blank. Believe it, because it's different for everybody. It brings in great fortune, okay? And it gets you out of doing the shit you don't want to do to the shit that you do. All right? And then came in this right here, which is the House and the Judication. So the House is all about stability, a solid foundation, security, and the Judication can be a decision, but it's also about like a resolution to things that have been a conflict for you. It's whatever this is, this page resolves it flat out. And so I clarified that. I'm like, okay, I want to make sure the House, like, what is it? It's a fucking job offer, guys. Period, point blank. Period, point blank. Job offer. So, and it has everything to do with your purpose. It gets you there. It gets you there. Emperor, it kind of gets you out of this cocoon. The emperor, official person, like any word or information on that. They're new. Somebody fucking new. Don't expect this to necessarily. For somebody, you're thinking it's, you know, who is watching you. And I feel like I want to say, they may be a third party. You know, we've been talking about somebody acting as a go-between. They may have alerted somebody else to who you are. And that's where they're like, oh, and so they've been able to watch you as you've been doing something on your own. And that's where they're like, that's who I want to invest in, or that's who I want to choose. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. Motherfucker might be hot. I don't know. I thought, this offer is very tempting. What's on offer? This could be, yeah, I want to say, so there may be somebody in the middle of this. Like, we've got a wealthy man, which is like success and status. Very, again, emperor. I just heard daddy energy. I swear to God. Somebody out there. Like, you know, like not actual daddy, like, ooh, daddy. And I'm like, I don't use that terminology, so that's not me. I'm not gonna tell you that much. The only daddy I got is my actual daddy. Anywho, okay, let's see here. What time is? Oh, I got to go. Mature man. So there may have been somebody that there's surrounding this new beginning. There could be like the benefactor type of energy. The person, this person may have introduced this person. Maybe this person, because there's a lot of wisdom. And these could be the same motherfucker, emperor energy, right? Very successful, but also knowledgeable, worldly, expansive. But either way, it's somebody new. Anything else? Fuck me. I swear to God. They keep singing that song, I got my eye on you. And I'm like, okay. Creepy. It's getting creepy, spirit. It's that. We have heavy masculine energy. I'm going to go out on a limb. We had the Emperor with the King of Wands and the King of Pentacles. This motherfucker could be the Emperor. This could be the King of Pentacles, wealthy male. And then a main male. That's why I said that. Like, what's on offer is a job for sure. But they can't help but keep saying through this. Yeah, somebody gonna cross your path. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Wrapped up in this somehow. We got some. He would be the King of Wands, right? That passion. Take me, baby. You know, like that kind of energy. So they're very well. And I knew that the King of Wands and King of Pentacles was not you. So there's a lot of masculine energy. And I feel like, again, still a bit of energy. I don't know how this is going to play out. And maybe they don't want to be too specific because it's going to look different for people. But there's obviously like several energies involved. And there could be like a go-between that has brought somebody's attention. You just are not aware that you've hit somebody's radar. Period, point blank. And you're just doing shit on your own. And someone has witnessed that or watched that. And we've got over here. And again, don't forget the Lovers is you're going to have to choose this, right? But I don't know. I don't think it's the option that's in front of you. It's the upheaval that creates the resistance, not this. I got to be honest with you. It's just the fear. And remember, we had the choice between the world and the devil. Don't stay beholden to fear. Three masculines. But it's not actually creepy, though, even though I'm like, damn, okay, like somebody, you're going to catch, you've caught somebody's eye, and you're going to catch somebody's eye. Like, I don't know. Okay, I got to go. I got shit to do, y'all. It went all kinds of different ways, and that's usually how it goes. Alrighty. I guess I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a great day.